So I'm back with another video. Thank you for tuning in to the show. And I'm sure that it's going to ramp up, I think maybe within another few weeks. I don't know. It's a couple of things I just wanted to talk about. Um, for one thing, it's Friday evening, September 2nd. I know that a lot of people have kind of been stressing out with pandemic. Which I can relate to. A lot of people, I think, right now they're just basically fed up with it. They've had it because they feel like that their life is not really working for them. I can relate. So I want to say a few things about um, when people get into depression, which leads to things. I mean, there's a cause and an effect for every type of situation. I believe that when people get depressed, and I know not everybody can feel happy all the time. I get it. Everybody has their ups and downs. It's like everybody has a different fueled air ratio, okay? Which means that when you're feeling down, you have to do something to try to elevate yourself again. And sometimes when you don't have access to like a lot of money or friends, or maybe you're just in a bad place, sometimes there's choices, there's things you can do to make your life better. But it gets hard when people are clouded in depression. They can't see a way out. So in me personally, I'm in between jobs right now. I'm taking my downtime to try to learn a few new skills. I want to actually try animation or music again, or maybe even get my six pack back. I mean, I used to be in better shape. I miss going to the gym. It costs a lot of money now where I live. You know, you have to get a gym membership, and for me, that doesn't quite work within my budget. Now, I might actually make a sacrifice and go maybe one or two times, but for me, $20 can go a long way. Um, so I can't quite do that. Um, it's getting harder to budget actually. So I would just recommend people, yeah, if you feel like the need to drink or um, go out downtown like on a Friday night. I know that a lot of people might feel like doing that. Okay, my advice: try and network with people that don't necessarily do that on a regular basis, and I'll tell you the reason. Because when you surround yourself with positive groups of people, you could then learn how to elevate. You know, you could spend a weekend having a fulfilling time with friends, doing things, maybe playing a game with people, maybe going out for soccer, or maybe like a trip out to the beach. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys have a car. Maybe you don't. Maybe you guys can take a little vacation, a little trip, pack a couple of sleeping bags, do a little bit of camping. See, there's all kinds of alternatives. You don't have to spend every weekend like getting sick uh, and inebriated like at somewhere in a bar, and then you think you're having a good time. Before you know it, it's all over. You're spending like $50 or $60. Worst case scenario, you hook up with a person who's got chlamydia, and I've heard the horror stories. And I think I may have dodged a few bullets. Every single time I felt the need to drink or to go out to a bar, and I've had moments. I've just did a 180. I try to do something like maybe read a book or help me to learn something. Um, I would have probably done a lot better if I had a few friends. So my best advice: try to find a good group of people offline. Online, it doesn't really cut it for some people, unless you have a lot of people and that's your thing. You like to stay online and gain validation. Maybe you're a competitor and you like making YouTube videos all the time. Um, well, you're still going to have to work. You're going to have to work a lot in order to get up to that level. And all excuses aside, some people they give up when they don't reach their target audience, or maybe they don't have one. And I know depression hurts, but what do? Do you double down and work harder? Do you just learn from it, or do you give up? Do you go back to whatever old habits that you used to have, and those addictions are gonna lead to further problems. So what you gotta do, you gotta uh, find out what it is that exists that you're missing, because there could be an underlying reason why you or other people drink. Maybe deep down they're trying to fill the void. Maybe it could be anything. It could be financial, or maybe they're just lonely. Maybe they feel the need to drink because they want to be out more. They want to be social. You could do those things without the need to alcohol. It's a drug. It's like when the alcohol is gone, what are you left with, honestly? I mean, I'm sure that people, when they go to college and they're living it up, they're living the high life. That doesn't last. When it's all over, you crash. You get back into reality. People, they continually want to have that hit, that dopamine hit, but you don't have to have that need for alcohol. I mean, whatever you're gonna find, whatever you're looking for, you're never gonna find what it is that you're looking for at the bottom of a bottle or at the end of a cigarette. I quit smoking. I remember. Okay, I'm gonna get into something personal now. Now that I've gotten people's attention through this part of the video, I'm gonna tell people something. I was in film school. I went to Toronto. I went to a film school. It wasn't the most prestigious one, but I worked hard. I got pretty far ahead academically until the third semester, and then things started heading a little bit south. I've noticed more people going on social media, going to bars. It's the same group of people that are doing this every week. It was very frequent. They were doing this maybe 2-3 times a week, visiting the bars or going out for their smoke breaks. And I started smoking, so I would go out and be a part of that circle. Eventually, I dropped out of that school because I thought that wasn't good for me. Because I don't think that I was there for the right reasons. That I wanted to make films. I wanted to try to get heavily into filmmaking. And I think a lot of people, like so many other people who go to school and not think about long term. I mean, I was probably a little bit older, but again, at the time, I was depressed myself. I was working a lot. I wasn't getting much acceptance, and that's one of the things that people have to do. They should be doing things that doesn't involve being accepted by other people. If you want to be liked, if you want to be appreciated, self-love is important. You have to learn to love yourself and know deep inside that you are enough, that you don't need to have whatever vice that you're depending on to give yourself a high. It's a false high. I mean, you're paying for it. You're paying for it out of your pocket. You didn't do anything to earn that feeling. You just, you pay for it. It's like people, they get the same feeling through satisfaction through all kinds of things. Whether it's work, hard work, achieving a goal, whatever that may be. It could be losing 10 pounds. It could be getting in a better shape. It could be taking up cooking or any other different skill. It doesn't have to be anything big. But I mean, half the battle is staying sober. You don't have to do those things. Even when you're feeling like that you're finally at an equilibrium, that you've achieved balance in your life. The trick is to keep that balance. People meditate. They go through what do you call routine. People need to have a routine when they wake up in the morning, even if they don't feel like doing it, their brain is telling them, oh yeah, sleep and just a little bit longer. Sometimes what people have to do in order to get ahead, they have to get that um, discipline. Working out for an hour or so, maybe to your favorite tunes, whatever it takes. You'll feel relaxed and you'll feel like a boost of energy. I mean, what else? I would drink a lot of tea. Tea helps to calm the mind. I think you don't have to have the need to smoke or do any of that. I don't smoke. I did at one time, but I've ended up regretting it ever since because it's like I take a full breath. I think my lungs are like at 94% capacity and it needs to be at 100. So when I'm out jogging, I easily get out of breath. And I would do a lot to get back into my prime, back when I was in my mid 20s. Like I was a machine. Like I could run around for like an hour and I wouldn't get tired. Yeah. Or yeah, I used to own a bicycle too, but around here everything is there's a lot of hills and these bikes are getting cheaper made. They're made in China. People are pawning off their crappy bikes. They probably get them at Walmart. So what people need to do, they need to invest in something good. If you need to get weights, get the good ones. You can even buy those like little weighted vests that you can buy on Amazon or eBay, and just start running around. Just get into the habit of walking. You don't need to pay money for gas. I know the prices of gas is going up, so you're gonna have to cut a few things out of your life. One of them being, maybe it might be fast food. Fast food could be your vice, or junk food. What do you think they call it? Junk food. Do this, get into the habit of fasting, work out more, gain some clarity, get a book, get a journal. Here's what I would do. Yeah. Sometimes I would write stuff down. I would just write, and I would document my progress. I had plans of all the things I wanted to do, and sadly, I wasn't able to do everything on my list because, well, it's getting harder now to find good people offline. So that would be my best recommendation. If you can find good people offline, do that. And if you can't, well, just learn and become your own island. You're stronger than you know. Everybody thought that I wasn't able to do half the things that I set out to do by myself, but I did it. I've gotten actually pretty good at making videos, and I wanted to take up new skills. This is too bad that no one's around to teach me. If I had to teach myself, though, I'd have to go on Google, and well, that's what I guess what a lot of people are going to have to do. They're going to have to take up a hobby or an interest that's going to have to be a substitute from their old lifestyle. It has to become a new lifestyle. You have to not just do it for a couple of days. It has to be that part of you have to change. Like, if you think that eating apples and you can tolerate eating oatmeal and rice for like a week, you're gonna have to learn to get into that lifestyle. I'm talking about a total cleanse. You're gonna have to change. You may have to get rid of like half the stuff that you used to love, like maybe video games, in order to get out there. You may have to sacrifice so that you never go back to it. You may have to pawn off some stuff. If you got to get that bicycle or get an instrument, people got to do what they got to do. And you know what? I would just wait. Play the long game. Be more stoic. If you think that you're not good at waiting for things to happen, sometimes people, they get into serious bad situations just because that they didn't practice patience and discipline.